at Zenger Folkman, your current organization, what is the view on leadership, I suppose, that you personally take? And I'm assuming that aligns to the view that you have at Zenger Folkman. But yeah, I would love to hear about just,
sure,
your definition or description of leadership.
I think our current take on leadership is that, maybe it's a paraphrasing of what Benjamin Franklin said, that there are three hard things in life. One are diamonds, quartz, and knowing about yourself. I think what we fundamentally stand for is that effective leaders need to have a good understanding of their impact on their colleagues, particularly their subordinates. And that kind of self-knowledge doesn't come from them going through psychotherapy or going through counseling. It doesn't involve them going off to retreats and practicing yoga. The kind of knowledge that they need is to understand the impact that they have on people with whom they work. And the best way that we found to give them that kind of insight is through a 360-degree feedback process. We're using some empirically derived instrument. You can help them get a good grasp of their strengths and the things that they don't do quite so well. Our research has clearly pointed out that the most effective leaders are certainly not perfect people, but tend to possess a handful of strengths. And it's not the same strengths from person A to person B, but of the maybe 19 competencies that would typically be measured by a traditional 360-degree feedback process. If leaders can be really, really good at 4 or 5 of those, they almost invariably will be seen as being outstanding, kind of stellar performers in their company, in their industry. And if you can help leaders understand their strengths and magnify their strengths and be confident in using their strengths, that's the biggest gift that you can give to them. Now, for about 20% of leaders, our data is pretty clear. They are often doing some 1 or 2 or 3 things that clearly detract from their performance and drag them down. And until you can help them see that and help them overcome that, they're never going to have the kind of success that they would otherwise have. But that opportunity to see what they do well and what if they are having some flat sides, some problems that really just are millstones around their neck, which kind of they drown. And the most recent research that we've done is just understanding, why is it that in an economic downturn, a certain group of executives gets terminated? What do those executives who were terminated have in common? And what we find is that what they have in common is they weren't coachable. They weren't receptive to feedback. They weren't receptive to information from their bosses and their colleagues about what they were doing that kind of detracted. And they just, because of their arrogance and their complacency, their careers are derailed.
If what you've heard on Flow Research Collective Radio has been helpful, please consider doing us a solid and leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you are listening to this. Reviews help us connect to a wider audience so we can get these peak performance principles out to more people.